Hi, Mira Boccaccio here. In my backyard, South Philly. I want to show you. I grew cherry peppers this year. Beautiful. These are not ready yet, but almost. And some of them get red, some of them don't. And I'm impatient, so I pick them whenever I feel like it. So here's one turning a little bit. Anyway, this year I grew cherries, I grew Jimmy Nardello's, and I'm going to make tonight a recipe, which is a take on my mother's spicy gravy that she always made for us for pasta. And I actually pickled some of these, and I'm going to use them pickled. Not my own pickling, which I do my own pickling, but this, I cheated, and I'm going to show you how. My mother always made a spicy gravy for pasta. We love spice in my house, okay? My mother was Calabrese, so they love pepper. So tonight I'm going to do a little spin on one of my mother's tomato sauces. I'm going to use baby back ribs, cherry peppers, I have some onion, some garlic, and I have plum tomatoes that I mashed, okay? You can use a mashed potato thing like I taught you before how to do it, okay? So our first step is, of course, we want to salt and pepper the ribs. You know, you can, put some salt and pepper, and you can spin them around. Try not to make such a mess. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do is get my pan hot so I can start searing them. I think the pan is hot, so just use a nice size that you can put your ribs in without crowding. You don't want to crowd. If you crowd, you're not going to brown. You're going to just make moisture, okay? So I like to put the meat side down first. Put as many in that you can without really crowding the pan, okay? So I have some regular olive oil at the bottom. You can see there's no more than 2 tablespoons in there. Just want to coat the bottom of the pan. But these do have some fat in them, so they will render some. We don't want to put too many. Believe me when I tell you, I made this for my friend Linda. She said she hasn't tasted sausage good since her grandma made it. That's a compliment. My mother used to do this with pork chop. You want to tell you, sear it at close to high heat. It's medium high, okay? Now, I wanted to give you a little tip to save you some time. Because if you pickle anything, it's going to take at least a week for them to really taste good. This is from a jar of cherry peppers that I bought. I saved the juice and I put my own cherry peppers in. So these are from my yard. They're beautiful. If you want to just freeze them, take them in, wash them real good, dry them, put them in a freezer bag. Look at how beautiful the peppers stay. And I have peppers all year. My freezer is full of peppers. Jimmy Nardello's and cherries. Look at how beautiful they look. And that's what you want. You want that flavor. Get that flavor in there. We'll brown this here, and then we'll be better. I want to show you the bottom of the pan. I'm not going to get rid of that oil. You know why? I still have some stuff I have to saute. But what I am going to do is add a little extra virgin to it, because this is going to become part of our sauce. And like, you know that I like oil in my pasta. Okay, so I got about 1 large onion here. And I slice it. You can dice it if you don't want it sliced. But I like it sliced. You make it nice and thin, it kind of starts to disappear a little and just gives flavor. Make it caramelized just a little bit. If you wanted to, you could put capers in right now if you felt like it. It's up to you. Like I told you, I give you ideas and then you run with them, you know? I don't feel like capers tonight. I had capers the other night in a dish I made. I'm going to get them started, and I'm going to put in the garlic. I think I got about 5 or 6 nice-sized cloves of garlic. And scrape that bottom of the pan. straight back. You want to get it in, but don't worry about it not all coming off. Because once you hit it with the tomatoes, that'll deglaze it for you. And you'll get all that flavor. See how light those onions are doing? And I'll tell you what I like to do. I like to do layers. Layers. So, I showed you my pepper milk before. From my friend Amanda. I love it. So let that cook. Oh, if you could smell this. Just the onion and just the oil, the flavor from those ribs is unbelievable. I'm going to throw in my cherries so they start to get mixed in with all the flavor of the onion. So we're going to let these brown a little and then we'll be back. So these are going to cook for 2 hours. So, you know, they will break down more, but you can see how beautiful. They have a lot of nice color to them. They don't need any more than that. I'm going to pour in my tomatoes. Get it all in there. I don't waste anything. This is 2 cans. This is what they had at the store, smaller ones. So I got these, but I have some extra. I might add a little more. And I actually, I like to add a little water. Just the way I was raised, like I said before. And that's what I like to do, okay? I like to add a little water to the sauce. Get ready to recycle. And look at that beautiful sauce. How beautiful it looks. So now, what you want to do is take your ribs. You want to put them in. If it were pork chops, you do the same thing. You put the pork chops in there. My friend makes this dish with veal chops. Like I said, I've done it with pork chops. But I like it with the spare ribs because you can just sit down and bite into them. Now, to me, I think that I need a little bit more tomato. I want to cover them a little bit more. So, this is a half a cup. That's 1, 2, another cup. I think that'll do it. Okay, so now you actually can flavor this whatever you want, but I'm very proud of the basil that I dry in my yard. Look at that. That is beautiful, and if you smelled it, it's unbelievable. So I'm going to put some basil in it. There's never, ever anything wrong with basil and tomato. Never. So I'm not going to put much. It's about a tablespoon. Really, that's all. And you know me, you know, I do my mother dried parsley. A little bit. About a teaspoon. And now we're going to let this cook until those ribs fall off the bone, which is probably going to be about 2 hours. So what we're going to do is we brought it to a boil. It's sort of like you're braising. So whenever you braise anything, you bring it to a boil, and then you bring it down, just like really like a simmer. A little bit more in the simmer because you actually want them to cook. And I'm going to stir this. I want to put a little bit of salt because those tomatoes had no salt in them. You know me, I always forget something. I forgot that I love using bay leaf. Bay leaves when I'm making sauce. These are fresh from my friend Marie's garden. I had no luck with mine. I'm not going to waste them both. I'm just going to put one in. So we're going to let this cook. But when you braise with a lid on. So I'm going to grab my lid. So I like to leave a little pinch just so it comes to the top. I don't know why, but I do that, okay? It's been cooking for about an hour. It has a long way to go because these ribs are not at all finished. But what they are doing is just putting flavor into that gravy. So the longer they cook, the more flavor they're going to get and the more tender they're going to get. And then you sit down, you make it whatever pasta you want, penne, rigatoni, mafaldi. I'm going to make this for my friend Joe tomorrow. That's who we're cooking for. And I think that we all like rigatoni, so we're gonna go with rigatoni with this. When it's finished, I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna let it go about another hour, hour and a half. See how it's bubbling? That's what you want, just that little slight bubble. But I'm telling you, it's like making Sunday gravy, but like so different because you got this flavor of the spirits. So, the sauce is finished. Look at how beautiful this is. I may have forgot to tell you, I think I used 5 or 6 cherry peppers. I don't remember. But that all depends on you. If you don't like it that spicy, use 3, use 4. If you like it more spicy, use 8. Whatever you do, this sauce is great, okay? But don't go too hot because you might ruin the flavor. Got my water on. Of course, I'm using Di Cecco pasta. If I can't have regular from Italy, this is like just such a great pasta. Di Cecco, you can find it in any supermarket. If you can't find this, Anna's next best. So, I'm waiting for my friend Joe. We're gonna put it all together. I'll show you a photo of the dish when it's done. And I wanted to show you this beautiful Barolo that we're gonna be drinking with this dinner tonight. It's a gift, a get well gift from our 2 neighbors, our new neighbors, Andrew and Carly. They gave it to Maria as a get well gift. Come on, how nice is that? And if you like this video, please share it. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe.